Hi everyone, Dennis Foley from Acoustic Fields. I get a lot of calls and emails from people say, Dennis, I just don't have budget to treat my room, but I know my room has a lot of problems, so what can I do? Well, we're going to do a series of videos here, 1,000, 2,000, 3,000, what do you have in treatment? Now you got to realize for this kind of money that you're going to have a carpentry skill set, you're going to have to build things yourself and save the labor costs, because acoustic treatment is all about type, amount, and position. So you got to build the right type, you got to have the right amount, and you got to put it in the right spot. That all takes a lot of units. I mean, treatment costs in professional studios can run $50,000 to $100,000. Some of our projects are $200,000-300,000 with treatment. So what can we do in our small rooms on a limited budget? So let's say we have $2,000. Well, we know our two areas of concern are pressure and reflection. Now, with $2,000, we're not going to be able to address all the issues, so we have to break it apart. Low frequency issues are the worst. They're the most expensive to treat. They take the most amount of product and cover the most surface area. So the bottom line is we got to address that first. So pressure is going to be our first priority. Because with pressure, we have the low frequency issue, and then we have all the harmonics. So we may have a 40 cycle problem, and then we got 80, 120, 160, 200. So we got all that going on. Type, amount, and position. So what are our options for low frequency? We know that it's membrane, Helmholtz, and diaphragmatic. Helmholtz is difficult to build, frequency specific, need a lot of units, got to put them in a lot of places in the room. Membrane and diaphragmatic are broadband, but diaphragmatic has the most horsepower of the two. And then with our carbon technology, you can get a lot of horsepower in a small amount of space. So what are we going to do with $2,000? How are we going to address this? Well, we're going to focus on the low frequency pressure first, and then we're going to have to build the units ourselves. And you know from our website that we offer a whole series of DIY build units. And in this particular case, we're going to build the unit that's called the BDA, and it's in the DIY section of our website. Just go to shop under the DIY section. Now, the thing about the BDA is the units are 2 foot by 4 foot. You can make them bigger, depending on what your skill set is and what kind of shop you have to build them. You do need a carpentry skill set to build them. You need to be able to run a table saw. So what are we going to do with 2,000? Let's just walk through an example, okay, of how this would work. The build materials in most areas per unit is about $150. It's mostly 1-inch MDF, 1/2-inch MDF, 3/8 inch MDF, okay? The carbon technology, which we can license and sell to you, runs about $350 a unit. So for $500 a unit and your labor, you can have 4 units for $2,000. All right, so if you want to stretch a little bit, then we can add foam to the face of each unit to then start to manage the reflections. So if we have $2,000, we could build 4 units, and we could get, enough horsepower in terms of square footage to do something. So break your room requirements down into low frequency issues and reflections. And let's treat the low frequency issues first. Is 4 units in most small rooms going to be enough? No, but it'll be a start, and you can phase it in, especially when you have a limited budget. Thank you. Thank you for watching our videos. We really appreciate your support, and if you could give us a thumbs up for our Facebook page, that would really be helpful to us. Our room form gives us all the information about your room, length, width, height, usage, and we need you to fill that out before you send it in. Those of you that just found us on the internet and are under a time crunch, you can go to the contact section of our website, and there's a book now button, so you can book an appointment with us, but make sure I have your room form to go on with it. The ebook series that we have is free. Please subscribe to that. There's exclusive videos in there, so you can get an idea of your particular situation, possibly with the videos. And then our forum. We have a forum on our website. There's a lot of forums out there on the internet. Our forum will actually answer your questions and comments, so you'll be dealing directly with me through our forum. So once again, thank you for your support.